Okay, I'd like to call this meeting of June 9th to order. Members on the internet, myself, Joseph Burke, chairperson, Ned Smedjic, Frank Donato, Wendy Tarver, and Michael Wolf, along with Patty DeCar from Urban and Economic Development. Dan Koza, chief building inspector, and Kate Hartnett, assistant corporation counsel. We will hear each case individually as it appears on the agenda. When your case is called, please step up to the podium, sign the paper provided, state your name and address for the record. After listening to the applicant's proposal, we will hear speakers for and against the project. All remarks and any questions are to be addressed to the members of the board only. We will then vote on the project immediately following. Okay, we ready for the first case?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, ZBA case number 42-19, 1507 Elm Street. Applicant Patricia Washington. Pursuant to section 2-2965, the applicant is seeking a rehearing for a previous denial of a use variance application. In accordance with the section, a motion for the zoning board of appeals to hold a rehearing to review any order, decision, or determination of the board not previously reviewed may be made by any member of the board. A unanimous vote of all members of the board then present is required for such rehearing to occur. Okay. Yep, Ms. Washington, is that you? Are you?
It is. Yep.
Just state your name and address, please.
Yes. My name is Patricia Washington, and I am the founder of the Patty Roy Foundation, located at 1507 Elm Street in Utica, New York, zip code 13501.
Okay.
Okay, I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to make sure that everybody is clear. It has to be a unanimous vote to rehear this, along with a unanimous vote to overturn the previous decision. So, Ms. Washington, if you go ahead and explain to the board why you're seeking a rehearing.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I just would like to say thank you for giving me the second opportunity to come and address you guys as the board. Our board of directors, we totally appreciate that. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is that we took word and note of the previous decision, and we went back and we revamped our program. And so we wanted the second opportunity to be able to share with you guys, not only you, but as well as the community that we also got an opportunity to be able to speak to. So first and foremost, I want to talk about some of the things that we revamped. So since the decision was made, we had an opportunity to review our program. And so we have now revamped our program from originally a halfway house to now transitional rapid rehousing program. So basically, this is a program that will assist homeless individuals. Just a second, I'm wondering if you guys are able to mute the other individuals, because I feel like I'm screaming or talking too loud. Is there any way to do that?
You know what? Whoever else is on, please either turn that TV off or radio, whatever it is you have, till it's your turn to speak.
It would make it best if anybody besides the members mute their phone or mute their computer until you wish to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So again, since the last decision was made against the Patty Roy Foundation, we had an opportunity to revamp our program, and I wanted to talk about some of the things that we did. Before doing that, I would like to talk about what the program now is. So we transitioned from a halfway.
Hold on, Ms. Washington, hold on. Are we still getting background noise?
Yes.
All your callers, anybody who is on the telephone, please hit mute.
Let's keep it like this till it's your turn. Go ahead, Ms. Washington.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So again, we transition our program from a halfway house into a transitional rapid rehousing program. This program will now focus on helping individuals who are homeless reconnect to permanent housing. Originally, we talked about our target population being individuals who were post-release from prison, which caused just a little bit of stress for some of the community members. And so to be able to meet everyone's needs as well as respect what the council was saying, we wanted to make sure that we were able to make some changes. So I'm going to talk about some of those changes that are indicated in our appeal letter. The first thing we did was decrease the number of residents in the apartment from 12 to 6 individuals. So this is a 2-family home, and there are 3 apartments on each floor. So each person will be assigned to 1 room. So we will serve 6 individuals there. In addition, we decreased the number of residents sharing the room. Instead of having 2 people per room, it's now 1 person to a room. And that is also too in support of the COVID-19. And I'll talk a little bit in a sec about that. We also made a change from the program, again, as I mentioned, from a halfway house into a transitional rapid rehousing program. We modified the program from the age of 17 to the age of 18. We also modified the target population from post-release individual males to homeless individuals, male or female. We also added a live-in house manager, and we modified our operational hours from 8:30 to 4:30, now from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday through Saturday, to also include 2 pop-ins of administrative staff. So we completely redesigned the program. And we are hoping for your support. In addition, we had an opportunity to put out a petition, and we got over 5,000 signatures to support this program. I had an opportunity to speak with the Department of Social Services, and currently, due to COVID-19, there are over 75 people who are homeless and need housing, and this program can certainly get that support. In addition, I would like to also say, as I wrap up here, that there are several programs such as the Rescue Mission, the Micah House, JCTOD, and Grady's Way, all in 0.25 miles of this location. And a lot of them do not have basically room to house individuals at this time. This program would be helpful. Currently in the city of Utica, we have more programs to serve female versus men, and this is a program that can most certainly help in that area.
Okay, Ms. Washington, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys hearing me.
Okay, thank you. Anyone here for? Or first off, any questions from the board?
No.
No questions here, Joe.
So,
Okay.
Joe, you have to ask to rehear it. And then once you
Oh,
vote
okay,
to rehear it, then you can have discussion.
okay. All right, got ahead of myself here.
All
Okay, is there a motion to rehear?
Joe, I'll motion to rehear.
Any seconds?
I'll second.
Who was that, Frank?
This is Frank. Yep.
Okay. All right, well, we're gonna rehear it. And now,
What?
all in favor?
Aye.
Wendy?
Aye.
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 Okay, we'll rehear it.
Thank you.
Okay,
Now
now
you can
we
have,
go with the for and against?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, anyone here for the project? Anyone online who's
Yes, hi.
for?
So,
I am.
Okay,
yes, I am for.
you're gonna have to state your name and address, please, for the record.
My name is Patrice Samuels. I am 239 East Genesee Street, apartment 4, Syracuse, New York, 13210.
I'm sorry, your name again was?
Patrice Samuels.
Can you spell that for me, please?
Sure. PATRICE
Mhm.
SAMUELS.
Okay, thank you. And are you for or against the project?
I am for the project.
And if you just want to state the reasons, that would be great.
The reason, as Ms. Washington has stated, it's desperate need for programs for mail in the Utica area. And her project will be helping instead of taking away. So it's additive to the other programs that are within the community. And it will help change the face and the climate of the community.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Any
you.
others for the project?
Hi, my name is
Yes,
Regina Higgs.
Hold on one second. Regina Higgs?
Yes,
Okay. And your address, Ms. Higgs?
it's 1933 Vineyard Way,
I'm sorry?
and it's at Vineyard, VINEYARD, so like Vineyard,
Yeah. Where is
and
that?
it's in Gainesville, Georgia currently, but my family all resides in the Utica, Rome area. Pastor Brown, Cornelia Brown, Helen Jackson, all those are my family in the Utica, Rome area.
Is there anything else you wanted to state in regard to the case?
I definitely know that this program is needed in the area. I'm from the small town. I grew up there. I just recently relocated. But this has always been a need, especially for small families who are in hard times. A lot of times when couples come in on hard times, the families have to be split up because there's just not enough help for male and female, or male specifically. I know that's where this program is targeting, but I definitely know it's something that's been talked about in the community for a while. So I definitely am in support of the home.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Any others for?
Yes, my name is Darrell Liggins, Mr. Darrell Liggins. I'm stationed in North Carolina, Camp Lejeune, and I'm actually from Utica.
Mr. Higgins, what's your first name?
Darrell, Durrell.
Okay.
Last name Liggins, Liggins.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that. And where are you from?
I'm stationed in North Carolina, Camp Lejeune, but I'm actually from Utica. And I feel as though this shelter is really needed and it can help a lot of people. Honestly, I'm hoping that you guys can give this agency a chance to bring bring this to the community, because I feel as though the community needs it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, anyone against?
I'm against.
State your name for me, please.
Tiana Smith.
I'm sorry?
Tiana Smith.
Can you spell your last name, please? Your first name, please?
TIAYANA.
And your address, Ms. Smith?
1508 Elm Street.
1508?
Yep,
Elm
right, you're right across the street. Okay,
Correct. Yes.
all right.
Okay, if you want to go ahead and state your reasons, that would be great.
Well, the reason I think the program is a good program is just that my agency also works with the homeless population. And because I work with a lot of homeless people, I don't feel comfortable with homeless individuals living directly across the street from me.
Okay, that's valid reason.
My agency works directly with homeless, and these are the same clientele
So I wouldn't be able to have any peace in my home if these individuals live directly across the street from me.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Anyone else against? Any questions from the board?
Hi, this is Wendy. I have a question. You're saying this is for individuals or is this for families?
Yeah, so this is for individuals, and I would like to say that it is a transitional rapid rehousing program. So individuals anywhere from 30 to 24 months will reside there, and there will be a live-in house manager. There will be staff that will work there as well. And again, this is to help individuals with permanent housing. And I would just like to say, in addition to that, we have multiple programs in the city of Utica. There will always be a transit of individuals roaming the city of Utica. This is Cornhill, so we really need to address this particular population. And I can't stress, enough. Although we all live in this particular community, we're going to see homeless individuals. We see them on the street, and this is an opportunity to actually help them. And so we're looking for that opportunity. We want to bring this program in and clean up the city as well. So, we want to be able to put people to work. This is what this program is going to be able to do. We're working really hard. We have a great foundation. We're going to be working with the local community college. We're going to be working with Incubator. Quite a few organizations are going to be pulling in to assist us to get this program up and running. If folks can accept JCTOD being around the corner and Micah House being down the street, then I feel as though individuals can also accept this program that will provide additional help and services as well too.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Washington, will you be housing post-release individuals?
No, that's one of the reasons why we revamped the program so that we could just focus on homeless individuals. That's the target population that we're focusing on.
Will screening be done?
Yes. We will definitely do screening. We are also going to be doing case management services, and we will have a contracted social worker to do some of those assessments as well. And I also want to say that the staff that is going to be working specifically for myself overseeing the program, I'm in the process of completing my doctorate degree. I will have my PhD. So this is not anyone running this program. We will also have a director of security who is a current police officer for the city. And then we also have a licensed nurse that will also be participating in our program. So it's not just random people. These are educated individuals that are going to assist with us running this program as well.
Now, with that in mind, let me ask you, Ms. Washington, the live-in house manager.
Yeah.
What are the credentials for that position? What would be needed for that, for someone to get that position?
Just as simple as a high school diploma with some experience in residential and associate's degree. We don't want to create barriers for individuals that are struggling. We want to employ people, find them housing, assist with case management so that these folks can be successful. We want to help clean up the city of Utica, and the city needs that. This is my home, my childhood home where I grew up at, and what I can say is that I know that I can be part of cleaning it up, part of the community service, and I want to be able to contribute in any way.
How many
Ms.
bedrooms?
How will the people find residency here? Will they come to the house and seek if there are positions available, or is it on a referral basis?
Great question. So I'm currently working with Mary Kernan. She is Department of Social Services. So the referrals will be coming from the Department of Social Services. That would be the majority of the referrals. So she is the contact person who is working with us. And so, again, the majority of our referrals will come from her. And there will also be a plan for these individuals I want to also share with the Department of Social Services, because that's who we're collaborating with for this project. They're actually working to, get the program up and running. Really what we're lacking is the occupancy. But, we are working with the county to be able to run this program. It's not just anyone running this program. We're working with the Department of Social Services, and that's where we be getting the majority of our referrals from.
I have a question. How many bedrooms are in this house?
You said bedrooms?
Bedrooms, yes.
Yes, yep. So it's a 2-family house and there's 3 bedrooms on each floor.
Okay.
Yep.
And with
One
the,
per bedroom.
okay. Now what about your live-in manager?
The live-in manager, so right now, we have a person that is occupying the apartment. And the live-in manager, once we get the program up and running, if we get approved and everything, the live-in manager will live with the resident. They would actually live with the resident.
So that would need a 7th bedroom?
No. So we would take in 5, but we would include that person as the 6th person, but they would be a live-in resident.
Okay, so 5 residents and then
Yeah.
the living. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't mention that, but I just wanted to make sure it's 6 rooms and 6 people are going to be living in it, but there's going to be 5 people that we're going to be pulling in to actually live there.
Okay. And then the people are free to come and go during the day, correct?
Absolutely, but there will be a curfew. So there is a curfew. There is a program that they're going to have to follow between our resident rights as well as the Department of Social Services. So the Department of Social Services have their, their goals and objectives that person will have to follow. Then, of course, us as a program, we will have ours as well too.
Okay, and they're allowed visitation and all that? Okay.
Yeah.
How about on-site parking? What do you have for on-site parking?
Right. So we have
You're not assuming they're going to have cars, but just
you never know. So for the parking, we would have to. So there is a shared parking. So depending on the individuals living next door from the residents, really will determine if there's space to be able to utilize that parking. If not, then we would, of course, request from the city some type of parking permit.
okay. So you don't have a dedicated driveway just for this. It's a shared driveway?
Right. Yep. Shared driveway.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Any motion?
No questions.
No motions?
Oh, sorry. Sounds like a good program. Can you say you have petitions?
Yes, I have
people in the area.
I have.
Are the signatures from people in the area or are they out-of-town signatures?
It's all over. I did a one throughout the for the city as well as like the US, so it's combined. It's over 5,000. I can definitely share that with you guys.
All right.
Yep. So it's definitely a mixture.
Anything else, Wendy, that you'd like to add or?
Yeah, because I mean, I know like people who may not live around it may think that's a great idea. It does sound like a great idea, but you have to take in effect the people who are actually living next to it.
Correct.
So that's why I was like, are the signatures from the neighbors that are on the street?
Yes, there is a mixture of them.
Well,
Hey, Joe, this is Mike. This is Mike. It looks like they've done their background research. They came in line and changed the things that we need. Do we have, if we approve this, do we have any recourse down the road if there is actual problems?
we didn't, number one, we didn't ask them to change anything. All right, the last time. Okay, the way we voted was on the criteria.
Yes, Patty?
Hey, can you speak to Michael's concerns?
Yeah, Mike, this wasn't really anything that we asked them to change. It was denied because
I'm kind of like that was Katie on.
didn't this say
I think I fragged out here. Let me try that. You're frozen. I'm frozen. God damn it.
Don't click anything.
Hey, I'm sorry, I don't think we didn't hear you.
Can you hear me, Patty?
I can hear you, yep.
Yeah. So this application was previously denied. The criteria for experience weren't met, and there was also a lot of concern in the neighborhood. We did not ask them to make any changes. So they're coming back now, and they have changed their plan, and obviously to make it palatable to the neighboring community. But it looks like, there doesn't seem to be any, nobody has come to speak today in favor of it from the neighbor.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know. Thank you, Kate.
Okay, Kate, should we go through the criteria again?
You did.
Yes, we did once already, and nothing's changed in my mind, but I don't know about any of the other board members.
Okay, Joe, yeah, you're correct. I'm sorry. I was confused on that. I thought that we had set stipulations they had to meet to approve. I misunderstood that.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah, if the criteria is still the same and it's still the hardship and what we run through, if that hasn't changed, then I see no need to approve, I guess.
One of the concerns I have is parking, with limited on-site parking. And I know it's not going to be, a lot of the occupants aren't going to have cars. So that's one of the concerns I have.
So you should go through the criteria.
Let's go through the criteria, all right? Let's start out. Is the hardship unique? It does not apply, it is not unique, all right? It's still a two-family residential house located within a residential area. All right? You could still rent out 2 apartments in that house. The applicant is not deprived of the reasonable use or the benefit from the property. And will the use by the variance alter the essential character of the neighborhood? This program can be located in other areas. It doesn't have to be in this two-family house. So with that in mind, is there any motions? Okay, well, I'll make a motion to deny.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. It's denied again. CBA case number 16-20-915 Lincoln Ave. What? Any questions, Danny? ZBA case number 16-20-915 Lincoln Avenue. Applicant Vincent Singe. Pursuant to section 2-29, the applicant is seeking an area variance in order to construct a shed. What's that background noise?
Again, can we ask you to mute your telephones until you're ready to speak? Thank you.
The applicant is seeking an area variance. Are we done? An area variance, and you're not helping your case. An area variance in order to construct a shed at the above referenced location.
Is there anybody representing 950 on the line?
Patty couldn't make the call in. He asked me to speak because I seen the shed while he was putting it up, put a stop work order there. So I know what has to be, what is there, what's going on.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so here is the diagram of what he's proposing, the building along with the shed. Here is a photo. I apologize, it's sideways.
I gotta flip upside down. Hold on.
Wait, I can turn it.
No, it's all right. Hey, there we go.
That's the building. I believe, you know, in the rear by that fence is where he's proposing it. Is that right, Dan?
Yes. It's tucked up against that back retaining wall where the old garage was.
What's he need the shed for? Did he say? I mean,
Just utility tools, gardening tools, you know, stuff to maintenance.
well, he came to us not too long ago and we approved that cold storage, right? Wasn't that and the signage?
His plant, his manufacturing plant. That's where he cleans clothes.
He did come before us before for storage, and then the decision was made that he was going to make an addition rather than a separate building.
Right.
Okay. So really, he can put 100 square foot shed there, and he wants 105.
105 because the way it was a pre-made shed.
Okay. All right.
But also going close to the property line.
Property. He's pushed up against that back retaining wall. There's maybe a 3 to 4 foot retaining wall back there. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, okay, I see it now. Yep.
And there's a fence on top of the retaining wall now.
Well,
Or there has to be one put. It's not there yet.
okay, so either you're looking at you're looking at a shed or you're looking at a retaining wall. Okay.
Or that pile of garbage.
Right.
What type of fence is there, Dan?
I believe it's a wooden fence. The fence may not be up yet. The fence is going to be part of the neighbor's responsibility because they tore the garage down.
Okay, to see a drive-through? Wouldn't this kind of block the drive-through?
No drive-through.
There's no drive-through.
No, it's just a shed. It's just a shed at the edge of in the back of his property. There's no. It's for lawn tools and maintenance stuff.
There's the shed. There's the shed that he started.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
Right there.
That's it. That's right where it's placed. It hasn't moved.
Okay. All right.
What type of roof is he proposing, Dan?
I believe he's going to put.
It looks like a flat one.
Where it shuts back.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry, Patty.
That's all right. Dan?
I believe it's going to be a shed roof. It's going to be a little higher in the front and lower in the back. Probably another 6 inches on top of the front. Or 8 inches on the front, 6 in the back.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Any
about,
questions? Any other questions, board? Any motions? Anyone here for or against? How about a motion? Any motions?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Okay, second.
This is
I'll
Frank, I'll second.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
who's second?
Frank.
Frank?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, ZBA case number
Can somebody mute their phone again, please? Your children yelling. Thank you.
ZBA case number 17-20, 2634 Sunset Ave, applicant Corey Cantalis. Pursuant to section 2-2967, the applicant is seeking an area variance in order to erect a fence at the above referenced location.
I'm here. Corey Cantalis, 2634 Sunset Ave.
Hi, Corey. Are you here with us then? Okay. State
Yes,
your
I am.
case, please.
Hi, we would like to put up a 6-foot stockade fence around the northern edge of our property, along the front edge of Collier Place. We would like to put that there because we have had car break-in into the area, and I have a side parking area where I could put my car past that. I would also we've had multiple animals walking through that area. The people that have broken into my car went through the back of my house to the front because I had found items from my car behind my house. So I'd like to erect a fence there. My wife is pregnant. We'd like to have a little bit of space, a little private space for her to play around in when my daughter is born. And I believe that might be it.
Okay. Do you have any application material, Patty? You can pop up?
Yep, I'm pulling it up. Just a moment, please.
Okay.
Okay. Are you seeing 2634 Sunset Ave?
Yes.
Okay. So as you can see, this is the house. The long side of the house, the front of the house faces Collier, and the applicant is proposing to put the fence where an old hedgerow was previously. So they're looking to come out from the edge of their garage, out towards the street, along the sidewalk, and back along their rear property line. A 6-foot solid fence. So here is their garage facing Collier. This is the previous hedgerow that they had that has been removed. That's the style of fence that they're looking to use.
Okay.
Corey, I've had a few calls on this. What is your reason all the way out to the sidewalk?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
The neighbors were wondering what the reason was for going all the way out to the sidewalk.
Just for some more space.
Okay.
It's actually kind of a tiny area. I believe it's only 32 feet from the back part of the house to where the edge of the garage is, and then it'll be extra 12 feet for that, so it'll be a little bit more space.
Okay. Does the board have any questions?
Hard for me to tell from here, but we're going right to the edge of the sidewalk. That's the proposal? To go right to the sidewalk?
Yeah, yep.
I think you gotta make some concessions there, Corey.
Yeah, we'd be willing to move it back. We wanted it to the sidewalk. After hearing some of our neighbors, we'd be also willing to move it back, and redo the variance if we would have to.
No, we can make that decision here.
Yeah, we could
wouldn't
do
have-
that there. You're on the corner lot, you got 2 front yards. I don't know, I think maybe we should split it. Split the difference.
Well, why don't you hear from the,
Yeah, let's
why
hear
don't
from
you-
the board. And anyone here for and against as well? Any questions from the board? Anyone here for?
Hi, my name is Maria Gonzalez. I
I'm
live
sorry,
on the
you're-
property. And one of the main reasons that we need the fence is because crime has increased due to COVID-19. And there's also going to be the center that is going to be created in Sunset Avenue, which is 2 blocks away from our property. So we're very concerned that there might be either low income or just maybe strangers, more strangers in the neighborhood. And having a yard that's completely open with no security for a child or even for our dog, it's not safe. We also want to be good citizens. We're from New Hartford, but we bought in Utica because we want to help revive the neighborhood. And there's a lot of people that walk with dogs with no leash. There's dogs that are also loose in the street. There's children that are in the street with no adult supervision. And we just want to be good citizens. And we always have our dog in a leash. But God forbid, if one day the leash breaks or the dog gets loose, I don't want to be hurting any children or any other animals that are out there. So that's why we're very concerned. And we would like a 6 feet fence so that any animal cannot jump over it like a dog.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing, sorry.
Yes.
In the neighborhood, the reason why we drew it that way is because around the neighborhood, the houses have the fence that way. The 6 feet fences are right by the sidewalk. So we thought that's what the city would want because everybody has it like that here.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Anyone else for? Against?
Yes. Ivana Sullivan.
I'm sorry?
Ivana Sullivan.
And your address, please?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
We need to know your address.
2635 Sunset Ave.
Okay,
I'm right across the street on Sunset, and I met this lovely couple. They're delightful, very sweet, and I know they're excited about their new baby. And yesterday I met them the first time, that there were several neighbors that aren't too pleased with the 6-foot fence in the front, right up to the sidewalk. I've lived in my house for over 50 years now, and I moved in with 2 small children, and there's a lower fence with a hedge in front of it, and that was probably the reason the hedge was around their property in the first place, was for privacy. I understand they want it a little more secure, but I think that could probably be, somehow produced for them without a 6-foot stockade fence up to the edge of the sidewalk. Now, many of the properties that have 6-foot stockade fences, those are from the part of the house to the back. I don't know of any. I haven't seen any around here with it in the front of the house, but I could be missing something. But I think it's just too much. It's going to look like a closed-in box. But again, they're lovely people, and I know they want to be safe and secure with their baby and their dog. I do think there are ways to, achieve that without the 6-foot fence, particularly in the front. I know, I guess it's from the point of the garage back, they could have it without a variance, but I have another neighbor here who will speak too.
Hi, I'm Lori Leparco. I live at 101 Collier Place. And the fence would be parallel to my driveway. My concern is I'm close to the corner and backing out of my driveway. I do not want to hit a child, a person, an animal. I won't be able to see to even leave my driveway if it goes all the way to the sidewalk.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any questions, board?
I also have a letter that I have to read in.
One more person needs to speak. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, your name?
Hi, my name is Rick Kaminsky. My address 2636 Sunset Ave.
What was your
All right.
name again? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
Rick, R-I-C-K, Kaminsky, K-A-M-I-N-S-K-I.
Okay.
Yes, and my concern is that I'm directly adjacent to the property owner, and our concern, we have multiple items that would certainly need to be vetted out before we could come to an agreement. But, our biggest concern is vetting out, finding out where the property line is.
Yep. I mean, that's something that you're going to have to address with the codes department, and when they're getting a fence permit, they definitely have to put the fence on their own property.
Right.
So what were the other concerns you feel need to be vetted?
But that, we have a fence in our backyard, as you can see, from that picture that you were looking at. So there would be potentially like just a 3-foot gap between the properties, and we would expect that, they would adhere to like the same distance from the property line as our fence is.
A fence can be located right on your property line.
Okay.
But I mean, to your point, it does need to be on their own property.
Would that create a possibility of an alley, a little alleyway? If
Okay. All right. Any motions from the board? Any suggestions, questions from the board?
So before you go on any further, I do have a quick letter I have to read.
Okay.
It says, I am against the size and type of fence. It does not go along with the character of the neighborhood. Sincerely, Mary Ann Humphrey, 2642 Sunset Ave. Go ahead.
Okay. Any questions from the board in the meantime? All right. Well,
I don't like it being right up against the sidewalk.
exactly. That's it. I mean, maybe we got to split the difference between the house and the sidewalk, or
At least a few feet off of the sidewalk, at least.
And it's a corner lot. We're right at the corner, so people getting to that corner and turning, should it be slanted so they can see
but it's
around
not
the corner.
on the corner. Have you viewed the
it's
photo?
not.
It's not on the corner.
Oh, it's not on the corner? I thought it was.
No, it's in the rear of the property. The corner is on the other side of the house.
That's the other side. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I'll
So
share
they're
the
not gonna-
photo again.
They're not
Hold on
fencing
one.
that part?
And I had a question as well. How's he intending to close Sunset Ave then? He encloses the,
So Corey, if your property line doesn't go all the way to the neighboring fence, how are you gonna enclose that area?
We were gonna figure that out later. We were just wanted to get that with that gap there. We wanted to figure out afterwards what we wanted to do with it.
Okay, so the idea of keeping your dog in, that's not going to solve that problem.
Not right now, but we wanted to figure it out afterwards. That was partially why we put in the variance for that, so we could work from there.
Okay.
now, if you put one on Sunset Ave between the two houses to his property line, obviously, would he still need a variance for that as well? Since it's on a corner,
No, as long as he's in line with his house.
right here. Oh, as long as it's below.
As long as he doesn't go out any further than the house. But he has to remain on his own property. He can't put a fence on the neighboring property.
Right. But then the other thing is on the one where he's proposing, if he stays in line with his house, the whole house doesn't sit square with the street. So he'd still end up on one corner, probably touching the sidewalk almost. The other one would be 10, 15 feet away. Look at the picture if that's accurate.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't follow you on that, Ned.
So the fence he's proposing now next to the sidewalk,
Yep.
see how his house is not in line with the sidewalk.
Right, that's what he's seeking the variance for, to come out that far.
Right.
Because if he went in line with his garage, right there where that arrow is that says 14 feet, if he went in line with that straight across and back, he can do 6 feet without a variance. It's just because he's coming out to the sidewalk, that's considered his front yard. That's why he's seeking an area variance. Any other questions, board?
Anything you want to change with this variance? Any contingencies? We can,
I mean, I'd say it should not be to this actual sidewalk because like the neighbor said, trying to get out of her driveway.
driveway.
So it should be set back.
Does somebody want to make that motion?
I motion to approve, but with the setback for the neighbor's driveway.
How far back do you want it to go? Do you want to split
You
the
want to
difference
split
between
the difference?
sidewalk?
Yeah, I'd say split the difference between the sidewalk and what he is over it actually be, yes.
So you're saying 7 feet, basically?
Well, half the distance.
Yeah, so basically 7 feet back.
Okay. It's your motion, Wendy?
Yep,
I'll
that's
second
my
that.
motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Who seconded it? I'm sorry.
I did, Ned.
Ned?
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye. Mike,
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Catales.
Good luck.
You do have to get the fence permit. So if you can call the codes department tomorrow, and they'll set you up with the application and so forth.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, ZBA case 18-20, 932 Rutgers Street. Applicant Christopher Galley, Turning Point Church of Utica. Pursuant to 2-2967, the applicant is seeking an area variance in order to install signage at the above Where's that beeping coming? Is it?
Whenever somebody hits mute or unmute, it makes that beeping noise.
Okay. At the above referenced location.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Pastor Chris Tringali, Tringali. My address is 2131 Walcott Avenue. The church address is 932 Rutgers Street, Utica.
Okay, Mr. Tringali, if you just want to explain to the board what you're looking for, that would be great.
Yeah, right now, all we have is a sign on the corner of the property at Nichols and Rutger. And there it is. That's the existing sign, and it's all beat up. I mean, there's solar lights on the top and on the bottom that the neighborhood, I guess, kids vandalized. And so it wouldn't be appropriate for me or functional to put a lighted sign on the property there. So what we're looking to do is to install a new sign on the property, and that's the mock-up of it right there. And then behind it, on the building above the center peak,
okay,
there would be a backlit LED sign, 5-foot circular, and then on the front of the building would also be the exact same dimensions, 5-foot backlit LED sign. My concern would be, obviously at night, I don't want to be a bother to the neighbors. So, I'm at church. I'm not there to get anybody angry. So we would have it hooked up to a timer and clock every night.
Okay.
And right now we're Turning Point Church, but I did a DBA a few months back, and we've got an approval on a DBA for Utica City Church. And after this is approved, hopefully, I'll be making that transition to the new church name.
Okay.
Is that a double-sided sign, Mr. Tringali?
Yes, the one on the lawn is double-sided.
Double-sided, okay.
Yeah. And then the bottom piece will be something that I can switch out if I ever want to get special plates made up for different events or what have you.
Okay, you can only advertise your own events, though, just to let you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
There'd probably be like the time of service, the different times for your services, or?
Yeah, or if I'm doing our Christmas service, Easter service, something like that,
Okay.
I have a question. What time did you say the lights would go, the back lights would go off on the sign?
Whatever time you want them to go off.
Wow. Good answer.
I'm thinking I was thinking 9 o'clock. I mean, in the summertime, that it would be kind of moot because it's not really dark out at 9, but I'd still have them, probably turn on around 7 and then go off at 9. In the winter time, it would be dark out probably by 4:30, and I'd have them on till 9.
Thank you.
I think that's fair.
I think so as well.
Anyone here for? Against? About a motion from the board or any other questions?
I have no questions.
No questions.
This is Mike. I motion to approve.
Oh, what about the time? You're gonna put a limit on the time? Turned off?
Couple hours past sunset.
It's gonna vary by the season.
Well, that's right.
I think a couple hours past sunset.
That'll work. Pastor, is that okay? Is that something you can live with?
I mean, my proposal to you would be if anyone wants to complain, they can complain. I mean, 9 o'clock isn't too late. So in the middle of December or January, if obviously they would probably.
You gotta understand our point here. We can't have that lit up at 12 midnight.
And I would never have it lit up at 12.
I know you wouldn't. That's why we have to set some constraint here.
Yeah.
And I believe they're also giving you the opportunity to have it lit a little longer,
Longer.
in the nicer months, because 9 o'clock wouldn't be a couple of hours after sunset. Sunset usually sets, sun usually sets 8:30 now. So, I think they're leaving the opportunity open for you also.
Right. So anyway, like I said, whatever time you guys determine. I mean, if you want me to, if you want it off by 8 o'clock in December, then I'll turn it off at 8 o'clock in December.
Okay, well, you know what, let's set it for, how about 10 o'clock, 10 PM?
All right.
Evening.
10 is good.
Okay,
I like 10.
I'll second that one.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you, Pastor, good luck.
Thank you, gentlemen, ma'am. Now, is there anything I need to do?
Permit through the code
Sign
department, give them a call tomorrow, and they'll be able to assist you with that.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Okay, ZBA case 1920, 1227 Dudley Ave. Applicant Mesa.
Yes, my name is Mesa.
Hold on, May. Pursuant to 2-29, the applicant is seeking an area variance in order to erect a fence at the above referenced location. Okay.
Yes, my name is Mesa. The address is 1227 Dudley Ave, Utica, New York, 13501. I would like to apologize. I can't speak a lot of English, but I will try to talk that. I want to make the 5-foot fence with the chain link because my neighbor is like, it's not good, and like the walk side, they don't want the people don't go to the walk side. They cross my yard and they go, like to the walk side, and some people take my personally stuff, and some people threw with a stone to my car, so like the neighbor is bad for me. That's why I would like to put the fence 5 feet.
So what he's saying is they cut through his yard, so he's looking to enclose it with a chain link fence.
Chain link,
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So wants 5 feet where 4 foot's permitted.
Right.
Okay.
So Mr. Sa, are you looking to go right to the sidewalk on Dudley and Leah?
Yes. I wanna put the fence all around my line, 5-foot fence.
Well, the drawing doesn't show the line, it's not on the sidewalk or the.
Well, right to the edge.
I will put the gate in
Right
there.
to the edge, yeah.
That's his house on the corner, that white one,
Yes, okay.
and then that's the other street view.
Because the house also only one house, like it's for me scary for at the night people come to bother us.
Now, is there any privacy slats or is it just chain link? So you're not.
Just chain link.
Okay.
It's open, you can see right through it, right?
Yes, but the gate I will put the door with chain link fence.
Where there's no drawing right here, where there's no line, you're gonna put a gate there?
Yes.
Okay. On Leah Street.
Yes. One on my driveway and one on the sidewalk.
There'll be a gate on Leah Street and a gate on Dudley?
Dudley?
Yes, yes.
And that will be chain link also, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Do for and against, or?
Any questions? Anyone here for? Against? Do we have to be right on the sidewalk like that on Dudley?
On either, you can.
Either
set
one,
it-
yeah.
Well, Joe, I don't have an issue on this, honestly, because I just looked at the view, and it seems like the house next door, their front porch starts right at the sidewalk.
Right at the sidewalk, right?
There's
Okay.
really, I mean, it wouldn't be any different than the rest of the neighborhood, per se.
Yeah, there we go.
It is open.
Okay.
One of the problems with going inside is he's got all those bushes there. He'd have to be inside the bushes.
Right.
See him on the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, the people go to the driveway and go to the Dudley walk side. Like they cross
it-
to my house.
Is that big tree still there on the corner?
Yes.
Okay.
So you'd go around that tree? In front of the tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if he's got to go on the other side of the tree, it's going to be 5 or 6 feet in at least.
Okay. Any motions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I'll second.
Who seconded it?
Wendy.
Wendy. Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Mr. Scott. So you're all set. Good luck. Get a fence
You have-
on that.
Get a fence permit through the codes department. Call them tomorrow, okay?
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Bye.
Okay, ZBA case number 20-20, 1680 Wesley Avenue. Applicant Lindsay Kazar. Pursuant to 2-29, the applicant is seeking an area variance in order to erect a fence at the above referenced location.
All right.
Is Ms. Kazar here?
Is anybody from 1680 Wesley Ave representing?
Want to table this? What do you want to do, Patty?
It's up to you guys, how you want to handle it. You can review it, you can vote on it. It's up to you. Under the circumstances of the virtual meeting, sometimes things get a little mixed up. So, I mean, it's totally up to you guys.
All right.
It's along the same situation, you
Yeah.
know.
You want to hear this case, board? Shall we hear it?
Sure, let's hear it.
Let's hear it. Okay.
There's a 4-foot chain link fence. They're looking to replace it with a 6-foot high dog-eared stockade fence.
It's a corner lot, right?
Yeah, and again out to the sidewalk,
Look at all, yes, that's on.
you know, so that's something you're to take into consideration.
The trees there,
Yeah, we're on.
Patty,
Yeah.
does she live at this house? Is it a single family owner occupied?
I believe it is.
Yes, she does. She's the owner and the applicant. And would that make a difference?
No, I know they have a lot of, rental properties here with college kids that the cops have a problem with parties. And a 6-foot fence would deter their sight, line of sight. I don't know, if it's a single family owner occupied, okay, but if it's a rental property, it's probably not a good idea.
Well, you know what?
Table it.
Go ahead. In as much as they're not here, let's table this.
Table it. Yep.
Okay.
I'll make a
Can you make
motion to table.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dan.
Welcome.
ZBA case 21-20, 2611 Oneida Street. Applicant Aaron and Karen Baker.
Yes, hi, can you hear me okay?
Hold on, pursuant to section 2-29, the applicant is seeking an area variance in order to construct a shed at the above referenced location. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Baker, state the case.
Hi, we would like to put up a shed that is 12 by 16 for storage. We would match the coloring with our house, which we decided a few years ago as well, to store some equipment that we have that we've been storing on our property under tarps and out in the open.
And you're going to be 5 feet from each line?
Yep, that is the plan. Yes, my husband wanted to, and I have him on the phone with me so he can hear us, but he wanted to make sure that we had a pass for the lawnmowers to go around to keep it neat.
And you stated it's going to be sided to match the house, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, is that shed gonna be in almost the same line as the neighbor's garage or shed with the red roof there pictured?
Yes.
Same corner?
Patty, can you just go through those pictures again?
Yep.
Please?
Hold on, let me.
Okay.
You know what the size of that shed or garage is?
I don't know offhand. I know that he can fit a small car in it. He has a roll-up door just like a regular garage.
Oh, okay.
Eight, 16. Okay. Any other questions, board? From the board? Anyone here for? Against?
I'll make a motion to approve this.
Any seconds?
I'll second it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, you're all set.
Ms. Baker, make sure you get a shed permit through codes. Again, just give them a call and they'll help you with the paperwork.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, ZBA case 22-20, 173 Pleasant Street. Applicant Adis Razik.
Yeah.
Okay, pursuant to section 2-29, the applicant is seeking an area variance in order to construct a carport at the above referenced location. Okay, sir, state your case, please.
Hi, my name is Adis Razik, and I'm looking to construct a carport because I don't have any place to park and secure my car over the night, or there is no garage, nothing. So I would like to construct a carport with no plumbing, electrical, gas, anything. Just simple carport. That's my neighborhood garage.
Okay.
The neighbor's garage,
Yeah,
right there.
Right there.
The other side, yeah.
You already started, huh?
No, I put that tarp to show you exact the place and how much will be wide and deep and that stuff.
Okay.
He laid it out He laid it out to show the board the placement and the size of the carport.
Carport.
And he's looking to go approximately 2 feet from the rear and the side property line.
Property.
Are you going to put in a driveway?
My driveway is, there is a picture of my driveway. See right there, picture number 4. And I'm gonna just dump some driveway.
Yep, with that red. Are you going? So you're going to extend it?
No, that will be the size, and driveway will be just like the driveway rock mix. I'm gonna put on that grass, nothing. I'm gonna extend the distance between now driveway and the garage. I gotta put something, Will be just.
Okay, so you're not going to. You're going to put concrete or pavement in there, right?
I'm gonna put like stone mix or something. Yeah.
How high is this carport gonna be?
I think it is. I had purchased that carport at Lowe's. It is like 8 feet at the top height.
Right.
And that's like standard carport at Lowe's, 12 by 20.
It's metal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are the sides open?
The sides are open now, but I'm thinking to close the side with, I'm gonna purchase additional metal sheets and just the close to the ground. So nobody will damage my brand new car or something like that.
More like a garage.
Be a garage, yeah.
So are you going to enclose all the sides? Are you going to have you're not going to have a door on it, are you?
I will not have door. I'm gonna just try to close sides.
No door for now.
Will not be door. I don't have plans for door. It's just simple carport, I'm trying to place there, and because I have brand new car and my house is on kind of on parkway, so many people walking around, and I don't have any place to hide my car, to park my car overnight,
He will also need to review and approval by the Scenic and Historic Commission. Remember, Mr. Razik, I had spoke to you about that?
Yes, I know.
So I just wanted to let the board know that you'll need that approval also.
Yeah, I think they have meeting on 22nd of this month.
Okay. All right. Anyone here for it? Against? Any motions?
I'll make a motion to approve it as long as it's painted the same color to match the house.
The house? Okay. Did you hear that, Mr. Rezick?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Second?
So to match the color of the house of my neighbor or my house?
Your house.
No problem then.
Match the, whatever is the nicer color, match it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, you're all set.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Who's that?
That concludes our meeting for today. Bye.
Any other issues?
Anybody on?
All right. Joe, you can go ahead and adjourn the meeting.
Okay, the meeting's adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See you next
Have a
month.
nice
Thanks,
month.
Lord. Have fun.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.